artificial intelligence. The technique use knowledge of representation. They are mainly four knowledge of representation which are given by Dow. Given below: logical representation, semantic network representation, frame representation, production representation. Logical representation என்னன்னா logical representation is a language with some concentrate rules which deals with a proposition and has no uh, ambiguity in representation. Logical representation means drawing a consideration based on a various conditions. Each sentence can be created, sentence can be translated by the logics with syntax and semantics. Logical representation syntax. Syntax are the rules which are decide how we are considered in legal sentence in the logic. It determines which knowledge symbol it can be we can be knowledge representation sentences. Knowledge sentence now. Sentences are the rules by which we can interpret the sentence in the logic. Semantic also involves assigning meaning to a sentence. Logical representation can be categorized by two types: propositional propositional logics, predicate logics. Logical representation advantages of logical representation. Logical representation enables to as logical reasoning. Logical representation is the basic for the programming languages. Disadvantages of representation: logical representation have some restriction and or challenges to work with. Logical representation technique may not be very natural and interface of a efficient. Semantic net, a knowledge base of a representation semantic
Start.
a knowledge base the representation semantic relationship between concept in a network. It has nodes that represent objects or as arch describe the relations. With semantic networks adding information and making inferences in fast and easy. It categorizes objects in different forms and also links them. Semantic net network examples: WordNet, lexical database of English that groups English words into of synonyms sentence.
So the topic about semantic net, WordNet, the lexical database of the English and the group of English words and a set of symbols aspects on the definitions of records and the semantic relationship between the relationship model in the formula of language defined as a network with the relationships and the concepts of named as concepts. So so we are talking about the semantic net. So there are having the two aspects. One is a relation, inheritance, and the kind of relations. So the components of semantic nets. So lexical components consist of nodes representing the object of concepts and the links denoting by the relationship between the nodes. In the structural component, links and nodes of directed graph label placed on the linked nodes. Components of semantic nets. Semantic components, meanings of the relationship between the labels and the nodes are wireless and depending on the approval areas. Procedural part, the end of the node primitive by the constructors, where the destructor and responsible for removing and links and nodes. So there are examples: Jerry is a cat, or Jerry is a mammal. Jerry is owned by Priya. Jerry is borrowed, colored. Representation of a knowledge. Semantic networks are conveying the meaning of transparent manner. So these are the networks are simple but easily underestimatable. So types of semantic nets. What are the type means? Differential network, interactional network, and executable network. Knowledge of examples: hybrid networks. So these are the combination of more precious techniques that are the single network separated by the closer or interact network. So the advantages of semantic network: it is a simple of comprehensively. So So efficient in the space of requirements, so easily cluster relative knowledge, it can flexible easily to visualization and covers meaningful of manners problems, links objects, representation binary objects, and do not represent performance meta knowledge efficiency. It's difficult to express the sum of uses of artificial intelligence, healthcare, financial, relate, manufacturing, transport, education course. So these are the achievements of artificial.